Aloha, everyone. Welcome back again to the third episode of Genuine Gold Podcast. My name is Mutia, and I will be one of your hosts today. Oh, actually, I'm the only host for today. And today we have a special guest. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. Um, I'm from Indonesia, and this is gonna be my first time taking a Genuine Gold podcast. I'm currently working on the campus news, but during the summer break, I'm just helping out over here in the alumni relations. Well, I think that's all about me. And studying here at Brigham Young University, Hawaii has been a great blessings for me and for so many people too, especially for those who receive scholarships such as I work. And we have two of our special alumni who takes their time for this podcast today. And their names are Liam Lee from Taiwan, and we will have Nia Lani from Vanuatu. Okay, before we start that, um, just a little announcement. There are a lot of things going on the past few months before we start our podcast again. Our office just moved to the front of the Aloha Center. It's in front of the bookstore, and I think it is more accessible right now. So if you would like to visit anytime, just feel free to come. Anyway, I would like to invite our special guest. Okay, before they come, I would like to read a little bio of them. And the first one is Liam Lee. He is a fresh graduate from Brigham Young University, Hawaii. And during his time at school, he received 12 awards and scholarships and twice represented the student body to speak to the scholarship donors. And he's currently a husband and father of two children working part timely. Okay, I would like to invite Liam to come in.
Hi, hi.
Hi, Liam. How are you doing?
Good, good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right. So I just shared a little bit bio about you,
Oh,
but
okay.
is there anything that you would like to add to that introduction?
So the bio was I wrote it while I was student. So
I
I
see.
I am not a part-time student or part-time worker right now.
Right.
Um, yeah, I'm working full-time. That's the only thing difference.
I see. Oh yeah. So a little bit about it. I got it from his LinkedIn. But anyway, anything to add to that introduction?
So right now, currently, I work at Amazon as an area manager right after graduation. Um, I have two kids, two boys, um, three, one, my older three, and others one. Yeah.
Okay, so you have three now.
Two, just 3 years old and 1 years old.
3 years old and 1 year old. Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming to our podcast. But anyway, I would like to bring up a little bit about you so people will understand about your background before
Yeah.
you come here to Brigham Young University and after you graduate. So here is the pictures that you sent to us.
So this is uh a week after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So it the whole family we moved to Utah for this job. Um, so this was our first snow, like in our life.
Wow.
Like of us, we haven't never seen the snow before that. So it was pretty cool. Yeah,
And so you were from Taiwan, and then that was the first time you ever seen snow.
yeah, yeah, exactly. There was no snow in Taiwan, so
Yeah, it must be really memorable for the children too, because it's
yeah,
totally different from the place they were.
yeah.
Anyway,
You can you can even see that my son still have Hawaiian sandal on because we don't have snowshoes.
You are right. So you weren't ready for winter at all back then.
What's that?
So you weren't ready for winter at all back then.
No, no. Yeah. Good
That's
thing it only lasts for a week, so that
yeah.
was really too bad.
Hopefully, sometimes in the future they will adjust really well. But
Yeah.
anyway, next one, I think we have Nia
Okay.
popping, but anyway. All right. So tell me a little bit about this picture.
So I work at career service before I graduate. I worked there for about a year, a little over a year. So um, this picture was happened during APCC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was working as a worker doing two APCC. So this this guy behind by me was he was regional manager for the church in Taiwan
I see.
for for what was it called for uh shoot for the job, like job searching, that kind of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
More like human resource.
yeah, not like human resource, but I can't I forget the word, but it's like helping people get jobs.
I see. That's all right. Anyway,
Yeah,
you said that you were at the APCC like for two
yeah,
times.
yeah.
What's special about it that wanted you to be participated in it?
uh I started because I thought that career service, like, meanwhile I helping students, but I also learn from like those like career development skills. So um I knew was like career development is very important for my like most important topic for my college life is from like start from like sophomore. I knew that I need to develop good skills in those. So I decided to join career service, and yeah, it was a good experience for me, knowing a lot of um, experienced leaders in church, in business. So it was just a great experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I think that's the kind of point of view that people need to think while
Yeah.
they're working here, because it's not a common experience for most people, especially like in Asia, while they are in school, they also
Hmm.
work at the same time.
Yeah.
And you studied that during your sophomore year and then working in the office in the career service. Am I correct?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, what was it like when you first decide to work, to move to that field?
Uh, so because I was majoring in business management
Mm-hmm.
and graduating in this major, so I just thought that it's better to utilize things I learned in class
Mm-hmm.
instead of um, doing like something related. So I thought like working in the career service, I gotta train. I have opportunity to train my communication skills,
Right.
administrative skills, and most importantly, my like I can use those time to think about what do I really want to do in the future, and to develop um, within that while I'm in the office. So
Right. And I totally agree with that because we all need a good resume for
yeah,
after graduating, right?
yeah.
All right. Whoa, we have one comment over here from Woloy Fido. He said, "Hi Liam,
Yeah,
we're cheering for you here at the career service." That's awesome. It must
my
be
coworker.
a little nostalgic when you work there. But anyway, with that being said, I'm just curious, like, did you do any kind of internship when you were on campus?
So yes, I did. For my senior year, I did an internship with Amazon. So uh, the title was Amazon Area Manager Intern for summer for a 10-week summer internship. So during the internship, I did it in Jacksonville, Florida. So I moved all my family to Florida to do that internship.
Wow,
And
that's dedication.
yeah, but company pay for everything
I see.
like rental car, and so that wasn't too hard. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, during that 10 weeks internship, I did a project on like process improvement for for a department. And after that project finished, I got inclined to the full-time position that I work right now. So I didn't apply any job after graduate, just straight got the offer from the internship.
Wow, that's such a good experience to share because
Yeah.
people sometimes find it hard, but it's a great opportunity because they're a transition from the internship to the real job, especially you are in academic training right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can talk about the next one. So, this is the picture. Uh, it looks like a really cool building behind there. Could you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about it?
So this building is called the Sphere. So the Sphere is the headquarters of Amazon in Seattle, Washington. So they it's just like Bonito Gardens, but in 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 a city. But yeah, so this is our headquarters. I was trained in in Seattle for the first week of working, and and 2 months after the first week of or onboarding week. So it was fun. So I was in Seattle for total 2 weeks, and I
Mm-hmm.
get to learn company culture, learn policy of the companies, get to know leaders
Yeah,
in my area, and some peers that onboarding with me at the same time. So it was a blast. And get to tour the city around and get to know my duty more. So yeah,
that's cool. So after that training, you were just jumping into the pool right after.
yes, yes.
And and then,
So
sorry, keep going.
oh, okay. So what I do for my job is just like being a manager for. So my department, I have 70 associate under directly under me.
Mm-hmm.
So um
70, 17,
yeah, 70,
70.
770. So basically, I'm the manager over a pack department. So every time you order a package that contains two or more items in one package, that's probably from my department. My department is called AFE,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Fulfillment Engine. So uh, it is implemented um, process from like so orders directly from a pick totes and send it to a sorter line and send it to my department. My department sorting all the item by orders. So
I
every time an associate pack an order pack a item pack a package and it is an order. So that can maybe contain three or four package to up to 20 item in one package. So next time if you receive any package has more than one item, you have more concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, for all of you who are listening our podcast, that's how it goes. So, a little point of view from there. But
Yeah.
anyway, so it's part of the supply chain, isn't it?
Yeah. Supply chain.
Yep,
So
that's really
I don't
cool.
yeah, I don't do any like logistic part like I don't do any like truck coming out like those like transportation.
Hmm.
Basically just the warehouse operation.
Yep,
How do we get a package uh sent out on time? That's it. Yeah.
that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing us your
Uh-huh.
experience. And I have a question like, how does your working background on campus help you relate to your work right now?
So basically being a people manager, uh I have a lot of an administrative works like how do I um since I have 70 associate directly under me,
Hmm.
there are time I need to write their reports,
Right.
send out some uh, like what's it called? We call it bridge. It's like some like how would you get better, like process improvement, that kind of things. So during that time in school, I was Taiwan chapter president of a Taiwan chapter. That helped me to build that leadership experience to coach people. Like how do I communicate with people that uh, under me, like 70 associates? How do I communicate with them? How do I build relationship with them? So that definitely being a president of Taiwan chapter that definitely help. And also a time at I work at a security. I That was my first job on campus. I was security. I work. I walk like whole campus like every day. It was about 20,000 steps every day,
Wow.
and that
Actually,
applied to
that's a really cool job because not everyone want to do that. And then every time the security are around, it's just like you're
yeah
feeling safe over here on campus. So we really
yeah
appreciate that.
yeah. So that applied to my job right now because I walk about 20,000 steps every day because I have to uh, walk around to see how associate doing. Is there anything I can help them with? So just gonna constantly checking with them to see like how they doing. So that really helped me. I have that good foundations. Um, yeah, and definitely the safety part of associate that like security experience transformed to my job like right now.
That's awesome. Well, you mentioned a little bit about the leadership experience over here.
Yeah.
And then most students over here, uh, they want to be a leader. Many
Hmm.
students want to be a leader, but sometimes they doubt themselves about their capability. And then, just like what's always being shared here in Brigham Young University, Hawaii, when we come back to our country, when or wherever we are,
Yeah.
we want to be the future leader, not only in the church but in our community too. And how does that decision help you to see like being a leader in our own area is not harmful?
I feel like being a leader, um, it can be hard if, especially for me, I'm um not not really good at like expressing myself, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. But I feel like being a leader, it's just like um, decision making. That's the key. Um, connection, engagement. Um, so say it is hard, but really, just really, you just need to connecting with your teammate, with your, uh, for me, my associate, for maybe students, gotta build network with um, your chapter, the people, chapter members. But yeah, um, it can be hard when you just started, but you definitely learn a lot from that process.
Mhm.
Out when you push out of your comfort zone, so it just get you more and more confident uh, when you push yourself more harder in this way.
Yeah, I really agree to that. It's a challenge for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then looking back to your experience when you were a president for Taiwan Club, um, did you see yourself that you are an automatic leader, or you slowly trained to be a leader?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely not like a natural leader at the beginning because uh from my education background, I need to have someone guiding me through everything almost. Like,
Mhm.
oh, this is your assignment. You have to do this by what time? I don't for me, what's that?
It's like more the curriculum back home.
Yeah, it is just Asian like background that what we that's our education. So,
Right.
um, being a leader is mean that I need to set up my own goal. I need to be proactive instead of waiting for assignment, waiting for someone to lead me. So um, that really made me think more like what
Mhm.
do I really want to do for my team. So once I get that concept, um, it is easier for me to see what can I give for my people. So
Yeah. Well, it's always been nice to talk about being a leader here on campus
yeah,
because we never know like how far we could go if we
yeah,
never start.
yeah,
So I could really see this that you are a living proof that actually you can start from zero, but if you're willing to change, if you're willing to bring that change to this world, you can move further. And then
uh-huh,
you're working in academic training with Amazon, and it's quite a really interesting experience for a recent graduate here at
yeah.
Brigham University. All right. So, what are your future plan look like after this?
So um, there is a like so right now currently I'm L4 level 4 area manager. Uh, my goal is to try to push to level 5 like before I my AT ends, like allow my allowment ends for my AT, and definitely I'd like to get a master um right after my AT finish. Um, so I want to continue to develop my skills in supply chain, but meanwhile also learn how do we work with data more. So um, that was probably what I'm gonna study for my master in the future.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I think it's always nice to think that we need more education at any
Yeah,
times. It doesn't matter about the form of education itself, but as long as we're learning, whether it's formal or informal, we always need to develop
Mm,
ourselves to a better skill, and we can
yeah,
escalate to another point of our life. But anyway, I think you share a lot of things that will be really helpful for the listener, whether they're students, faculties,
yeah.
or the recent graduate over here. And I would like to ask, um, how does the vision and mission of Brigham Young University Hawaii help you to see the future brighter?
Um, so, um, before before I start my college, I was always never thought I can be a good student. I never thought that education is right for me.
That's
But yeah, right. So, what this school help is that they let us know that education, the importance of education, the faculty, and the those manager for my work department always encourage us that we had the potential to become great, and giving us a lot of opportunity to lead project, to lead teams, to become great. So that's how I like how me to start think, oh, I probably a good fit, a piece for education, for for a good leader in the future. So that's really helping me. Just have that opportunity to express myself, to, um just the opportunity to do things.
that's
That's
great.
pretty good.
Well, do you have any piece of advice to those who will be graduating really soon or just recently graduate,
Uh-huh.
uh, about how they could direct their path to the things that they want, especially after graduating?
Um, just really like GPA is important, score is important, but most important thing is your story. Like, what can you bring to 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 your next job? Like, what are some experience that you can transform to your next opportunity? It's not like GPA will really help you with that. So, um, why I encourage all of you is like try to give yourself out there. Um, if you have project that you can do it. If you have like if there's any job on campus that's fitting to your future position, try to get it. Um, and there's never too early to start searching for internship for your AT. So yeah.
Okay, wow. I think that's such a great tips because sometimes people delaying it until okay, I
Uh-huh.
will do it on junior year, and then finally they're like not finding it just because they didn't put everything together.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for your example that you said. I think it's not only motivating for those students who are here, but
Mm.
uh, everywhere who are listening to our broadcast. And I would like to um share one last thing um, before we close this up. I learned from you, Liam, that we have to take the opportunities as much as I could, and then that's what everybody needs to do because totally, if we don't take the small opportunities in front of us, we might never grow anywhere.
Yeah.
And all right. So before we close, do you have any last thing that you would like to share?
Um, Again, just I apply like 50 40 like 50 60 jobs for my like sophomore and junior years, and even till senior years. So start early and build your star story. Build your star story. If you don't know what star story is, check it on YouTube to see star story. And if you don't think, yeah, if you don't think you can tell a good star story, build one. Yeah, don't make it up, but build your own star story.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Liam. We really appreciate you coming today. And for all of you who are waiting for uh, Leah Lani to join us, we're so sorry that we have a technical difficulty. She's in Vanuatu right now, and probably. Oh, all right. So actually, okay. All right, we're gonna close this up for Liam, but thank you so much. We gonna get the connection back for Nialani. Hi, Nia.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me see. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, that's
Again,
awesome. All right, Nia. Okay, before we start again with your session, I'd like you to introduce a little bit about yourself.
aloha everyone. I'm Nialani from Vanuatu. I graduated, I think a while ago, 2021, and I recently moved back here about 3 weeks ago, 1st of July. Yeah, and right now I'm just here with my families. Yeah,
You're here with family. All
yeah.
right. Okay, let's just bring up a little bit about the family that you are talking about. All right, here's the picture of her family. Can you tell us a little bit about your family that you're living with?
Oh, okay. So this is actually by our front yard. I live close to the beach, so when I was in Hawaii, it reminds me a lot of home because I'm an ocean girl. I'm always down in the water, and I'm the oldest of six. All my siblings are right there. I have three sisters and two brothers. One of my brother is serving a mission right now on the south side of or the northern side of the country,
Mm-hmm.
and he's actually coming back home in a few days, next in 2 weeks actually. Yeah, so
Wow,
I'm
that
excited
really
to
exciting.
finally meet him again.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can really see that you really like water over there in the whole of your family. But anyway, here's the working background that she has done while she was in Brigham Young University. There you go. Can you tell us a little story about this?
When that's culture night.
Oh,
I
nice.
Yes. So when I was a student, I was also like Liam. I was president for the Melanesian chapter. At first, I really did not want to, because I was kind of new in school, and my friends were like, "No, do it. It's good for your resume, and you'll learn a lot." And at that time, Melanesian chapter consists of Vanuatu, like four different countries: Vanuatu, PNG, Solomon Islands, and New Caledonia. Um, and sometimes it was hard for me because to though we're like same people in that
Yeah.
chapter, but we have different cultures and stuff like that. And the challenges and the one big blessing of being a leader is learning to learn about the different cultures and being able to connect with uh, people around Melanesia. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that photo was actually by Waimea Falls. We did a little thing for Culture Night.
Mhm.
What's that show? I think
Sure.
they're trying to portray the different cultures. So what I was wearing was the Vanuatu flag, lava lava,
Mhm.
and uh, the skirt that I was wearing is actually called a grass skirt.
Yeah.
And in Vanuatu, there's like 83 small islands in the Pacific, and in the country itself. And that casket, they use it a lot with different in different islands. So back then, when we have like back in the days when we don't have clothes, that's what the ladies would wear, but they don't wear it anymore. Yeah, I mean, in some of the islands, they're still practicing it, but right now we don't wear it anymore because we have clothes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
yeah.
you look so pretty in that photo, and it's a really nice combination with the waterfall.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, let's talk about your working experience again. Here you are. Seems like you were working at the concession.
Yes, I was working at concession my first year
Mhm.
in school. I yeah applied for. I mean, we did the orientation and stuff like that, and then I went and worked for concession, and I loved all my experiences there because um, the leaders that were there right now, like back then, was Tonu, Haylene, and Tara and Mena. They really do support us in leadership. So I started off as a cashier, then make my way up to being a lead, and it was fun to learn about PCC, learn about the items we sell, and in the business wise, as we know the stories of what we sell, we make more money. We
Right.
make more, like we reach our goals and stuff like that, and it's through our leaders that they helped us um to know the stories of what we sell, and we can share it to the guests. And something I love or about working there was being able to, like, as a cashier, I was being able to compete with myself each day, each passing day. Yeah. So like if there's a goal to hit a certain amount of money by the end of the day and I did not make it today, I make sure that I share the story more to more people. That way they can buy more items and stuff like that, and just share the spirit of aloha with everyone that come across to our shop. So yeah, but with that, later, like after I was in school, like after I graduated and stuff like that, I was able to come back to PCC and work for the FM department, and I've learned a lot of lesson. I love the people there, and it's just great because it helps me to appreciate like our ancestors and stuff like that. Because when I was working, like I did my part of my academic training was with um the heaven department, and specifically working with plants, and I could see the relationship that how the plants relate to our cultures and stuff like that. And it's to me that's a big thing because I learned to appreciate the plants more. And every time, like, I travel around Hawaii and stuff like that, like even if we're just going to town, me and my friend Marcella, I don't know if she's watching, but if she's watching, great. Aloha, Marcella. And we would go there, and we would just name the plants, and like name Hawaiian plants or just name them, because we like, I've learned that Hawaiians really took care of the land. Like in school, I learned about how te malamada ainga, but you just learn about it, right? And until I was able to work at PCC, and how I was able to see that in practice. Like as we take care of the land will take care of us. Of us, they do speak to us, but we just need to learn how to listen to them and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So, when you were here, you were majoring in
I
what?
majored in I majored in Pacific Island Studies, and then minor in tourism and information technology.
That's great. That's really
Yeah.
great. So, how do you you mentioned a lot about um, taking care of what we have, and then taking care of the land, and then it really relates on where you're coming from. It really relates on your ancestors and stuff. I think that's really really great, and we all need to think back about that. And what
Mm.
where do you think the future will take you after you graduate?
So right now I'm here in Vanuatu, and like grateful for Auntie Lei for helping us with opening an alumni chapter. So I'm involved with it right now. I'm a treasurer in the chapter for alumni. This is the first. It will be the first alumni chapter that Vanuatu will ever have, and it's great to see the progress of Vanuatu people or students from Vanuatu going to BYU, because I feel like it's our stories that would help the younger generation, because there's challenges and trials along the way, but if they see, for the younger ones, if they see that someone actually went to BYU and graduate and then come back, that would give them some kind of motivation that they'll go to BYU, they won't suffer, they won't be homeless, they won't be jobless, and all this stuff. They would actually, if they choose to learn, if they choose to accept those challenges and fight their way all through until they make it to BYU, it will actually um it would actually be a great experience for them, so that when they come back, that would be their stories that they can share with other people. Because back then, Vanuatu, there would only be like one or two people going to BYU, but now there's
A lot.
alumni alumni from BYU, from Vanuatu, that came back. There's actually more than five, around 10 or more. So that makes me happy. That makes me feel like going to BYU is a blessing, and it really helps create leaders that they'll come back and inspire the younger generations. Yeah. So
It's always amazing to see how the influence of one person could influence like not only one other person but generations too, because that's what I felt. That's what I felt every time people talking about, hey, I went to BYU Hawaii and then I got the best experience over there, and then as soon as they came back to their country, they become a really great example for many people. That's what we wanted
mhm.
to see in Brigham Young University Hawaii, and in the world as well. Like as we come back, as we finish our education, we want to be a great a leader, great example for them. You were
Mhm.
mentioning a lot about coming back to the country and then serving and helping them. Is that something that you learned from Vision and Mission of Brigham Young University, Hawaii?
Yes, I have. I felt like we're all leaders in a way. Um, like I said, like I was the older one in the family, so pretty much take care of my siblings and stuff.
Mm.
But coming to BYU, it helps us to gain a different point of view of being a leader. And, like we come ended to learn and go forth to serve. Like, it helps us to expand our network with not just people of our own kind, but all children of God, all everywhere. I've seen that um, we all have that potential to become leaders, but coming to BYU helps us. Like for example, Culture Night, it gives us like they pushes us to be like our own people select us to be presidents or vice presidents or whatever the leadership skill is, and then they give us educational training that would help us to be great leaders. That well, as we go out and we lead by example, that people behind us will follow our example and hopefully be better than us and stuff. Yeah, like that.
I
I don't know. Does that answer your question? Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then we would like to know what's your future plan, like whether you're continuing your study or anything.
Oh yes. Right now, I'm here with my family for a little bit, and then I got actually accepted for Oxford Brookes University, and that's in England. I'm planning to do my masters in international tourism. So eventually want to um be involved with tourism around my country, but not just like after being in BYU that I've learned and made connections with people around the Pacific. I eventually want to be involved with tourism around the Pacific, like Vanuatu, Vanuatu, around Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, and especially to the places I've actually lived in and know a little bit about their cultures and yeah,
Yeah,
people and stuff. But
that's
yeah, that is my plan right now. I'll be here for a month, and while I'm here, I'm decided to help as much um students that are thinking of coming to BYU to help them and also to be involved with alumni chapter and get ready to go back to school because yeah.
that's cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I hope you're doing well in your preparation to study for master degree on Oxford. That's really impressive, and I believe that everything that you prepare right now will help you um, to be whatever you want in the future. But any one last thing you would like to share?
Yes, I would like to share that to anyone who's listening to go forward with faith. Yeah, and build your network, get to know your professors and the people around you because they might help you in the long run. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
it.
Well,
Sorry.
thank you so much for that word of wisdom for all of us. And then, in whatever points in your life, I hope the best for you. And for
Thank
all
you.
of the live streamers today, thank you so much for coming and listening to our Genuine Gold podcast. We really, really appreciate your listening. And I hope everything that we shared today will be really helpful for you. And for Nia and Liam, we pray the best for you, and we really, really appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for listening, and see you next episode.